Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to talk a little bit about alcohol. My relationship with alcohol only really started at the age of around 23 years old. Before that, I drank zero alcohol. I was an absolutist, so to speak. At least in Finnish, we call those people absolutists who don't take a single drop of alcohol, who avoid it like poison. And I was one of those people all the way until 23 years old. It changed because I started to take part in these video game industry events in the university. And when I went to those events through the school, I got to go there with a cheap ticket price, and included in that cheap ticket price was oftentimes either unlimited alcohol or like 2 to 3 drinks for free. And as a Finnish person, there's a meme in Finland that if something is free, it's like more valuable to us than gold. There was an event once in Finland by one market or store, whatever you want to call it, that they were giving out free plastic buckets. And the line to get those buckets was absolutely insane. Like, people from all over Finland basically were coming to that one store to get that free bucket, even though paying for the gas for your car to come to that place was gonna cost you more money than the worth of that bucket. But because that bucket was free, the Finnish people went fucking crazy. And ever since that, there's been this meme that if something is free, oh boy, are we Finnish people gonna come after it. So that basically happened with the alcohol on my part. I went to those events and I was like, fuck man, I have these free drinking tickets. I think I'm gonna have one beer to just, see what it's like. But anyway, so at the age of around 23, I was starting to at that point of life, I was starting to transition from that absolutist, just hardcore mentality into this more free, I want to try everything mentality, which I did do some regretful things too in my 20s because I got too far into the I want to try everything mentality, but that's another story for another video. But in any case, so the free alcohol plus the shift in my mentality and in my mindset, that is what made it so that I started to drink a little bit. But I had this rule for myself. I did not have any extra money in the university times because I did not want to go to work while I was in the university. So alcohol is really fucking expensive in Finland. So I had this rule for myself. I will not buy any alcohol myself ever. So I only would drink in those game industry events where I got alcohol for free. And only, 1 or 2 drinks. But what happened when I started to drink a little bit was that I noticed that I actually like beer from the get-go. From the moment I had my first beer, I thought, damn, this is good because this is not too sweet. And because I don't like anything too sweet. Ever since I cut all sugars out of my diet, I noticed I don't like things that are too sweet. So this was now the first drink, in addition to like coffee, that I would enjoy drinking that was more tasty than water. As a human being, drinking something flavorful is just fun. And now I found something that is flavorful and stimulating and just like tastes fucking good to me. So that's how I discovered that beer is actually pretty good. So that's how I got into drinking alcohol, and then I started drinking more alcohol as I started to earn money through having a job after university. So now I had extra money and it didn't feel so bad to buy alcohol, and I got into the world of beer. So now I had this new hobby in a sense that it was so much fun to try these different flavors. And so I started drinking alcohol because of the flavors. And it's the same with whiskey these days. I love drinking whiskey because of the flavors. You can actually smell whiskey without drinking it for like 30 minutes if it's good enough, because the smell is so good and it has so many different notes to it. it has so many different flavors in the smell itself. And then the taste is another world when you swirl the whiskey in your mouth and it tastes really freaking interesting and good and flavorful. So that's what got me into drinking. But here's the problem with drinking. And this is why in the self-improvement circles, people avoid drinking, I believe. Drinking fucks you up. And for example, today I'm going to my friend's place and I am going to drink alcohol. I'm going to drink some whiskey and I'm going to drink some beer. And that means tomorrow I will be sleep deprived and I will be hungover. And I will probably be a little bit dehydrated as well. So tomorrow I will not be able to go to the gym, for example. What I will be able to do on the exercise side is in the evening I can go for a small run, for a short run. I have done that before, having a hangover day. And in the evening, when you've been hydrating and all that during the day, you can actually run a little bit in the evening. But the point is, I am basically removing tomorrow from my week. So instead of having a productive, wonderful Sunday where I have energy and I'm enjoying life to the fullest, I will be fucked up from drinking today. Even though I will not get completely wasted. I have no intention today to drink so much that I'm gonna pass out or throw up or anything like that. I didn't care about that. I care about buying a few quality beers today and bringing my whiskey to my friends and sharing the whiskey with my friends, and then we drink it together, we smell it together, we taste it together, and we tell each other what we think. And same with the beers. It's like, what does this beer taste like? Like, that's, for me, that's the fun. Of course it's nice, sometimes it's nice to get drunk, because it removes anxiety, it makes you relax and all that. So getting drunk can be, a nice experience, but for me it's more about hanging out with friends and tasting those different beverages. But like I said, the worst part is that tomorrow I'm gonna be so freaking tired. And one other thing related to the hangover. When I was still struggling with porn addiction, I fucking knew that if I was gonna have a hangover, I was gonna relapse into watching porn. I think there was literally one single time when I was hungover and I did not relapse. I think there was one time in my whole life where I came home and I was tired and hungover, and I was able to somehow fight it off and not relapse into watching porn. I think one single time in my whole life before I was able to actually break off from the addiction after 15 years or so of being addicted. So the side effects of drinking are so bad that I understand why people stop it, why people quit. Sometimes I don't drink for a few months because I think to myself, like, I don't want it. Like, I don't want to be drunk. That happens to me occasionally, especially if I drink on many weekends. I usually don't drink on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weekends in a row, for example. It's usually like drink one weekend, then don't drink next week, and then maybe drink next week. And getting heavily intoxicated, getting really drunk is something I don't really do often at all, because I don't like it. I just don't like it. But occasionally I do like it. Occasionally I do drink a lot. And I do have fond memories of that. But yeah, I do wonder if I am going to give up drinking eventually completely or not. I haven't made up my mind on that. Because there's this one little thing about, I believe because in my teenage years I never touched the bottle. Maybe that affects me. Maybe that's why it's not such a problem for me. Because I don't drink, like, this is why alcohol never became a problem to me, similar to porn addiction. You can watch porn the whole day and be completely fine the next day. You can watch porn in the middle of your workday. You can watch porn right before you go to a friend's place, and no one's gonna know because it doesn't affect you physically in the same way. You're not getting drunk. When you drink alcohol, you can't drink alcohol in the morning before work. You can't drink alcohol before going to your parents. Everyone's gonna see you're drunk, and the next day you're gonna be hungover. But with porn, none of that exists. And that is why porn is more vicious than alcohol. But anyway, I think today is Saturday. I think I'm gonna publish this video on Monday. And I think I'm gonna record a video tomorrow on Sunday where I'm actually hungover. And you will see what it's like when I'm hungover, and you will see what I think. Did I drink too much? Did it affect me too much? And also, am I actually gonna make the video? So am I gonna record a video once I'm hungover? Am I gonna be able to edit? Am I gonna take a little run or do some weightlifting? I'm gonna tell you that in the next video, and I'm gonna publish that the next Friday, I believe. So stay tuned for that one. And I will get back to this topic on multiple occasions in the future, and let me know in the comments what you think. What are your experiences of drinking? So I think I'm gonna wrap this video up, and I will see you in the next one. So thank you again for watching, and stay tuned. Bye bye, and have a blessed day.